Hi, I'm Miranda, and this is Nick.
Wait.
Welcome to the Ranting Podcast. And we are back for episode 58. Check us out.
Back-to-backs.
Yeah. We're out here getting it, doing the damn thing. Go us.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And it's our anniversary.
Yeah. Yep.
You mentioned that in the last episode.
Yep. That's true.
13 years married.
Check
15
us
years
out.
together.
I got some flowers earlier and a
Yeah,
nice
you
card.
did. And a little penguin.
And a penguin. We can't say your gift. So we'll move on.
Sorry.
Anyway.
That's our nighttime episode. Once again.
Subscribe to our Patreon. I'm just kidding.
Jesus.
I don't have a Patreon.
No.
We don't have a Patreon.
No.
Don't have any of that. Not yet. Anyway, no, okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. Anyway, no, I was going to say, though, I do want to preface this a little bit by saying that I was feeling a little bit random when I was putting this together. A little silly, a little fun.
Okay.
And I was going to change it up, and then I was like,
Yeah. Just keep it. Might as well, yeah.
It's like, we will just go with it, and we will see what
So
happens.
there's no theme, just chaos?
That's the theme.
Chaos?
Random.
Okay. I like it.
Yes.
Let's do it.
All right, so first up.
Yeah.
Rant or rave.
Okay.
I guess the whole spiel, we pick a topic to rant or rave about. It's usually more than one.
Yeah. At this point, yeah.
I don't know. You
It's
should know.
multiple.
I don't know. You've been here long enough, and if you haven't, welcome.
Welcome to the shit show.
Literally. Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch. All right. A rant or rave.
Okay. What you got?
So we've got waking up before your alarm,
Okay.
low maintenance friendships, and minimalism. I forgot. I just realized now that I only have 3.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's fine.
So we got 3.
Yeah.
There was 4.
The first one, though, waking up before your alarm, it depends. Like, if it's like a couple hours or something like that, then it's really good. Because then you're like, okay, I can go back to sleep. I got several hours.
Say, yeah.
But if it's like, I don't know, like 30 minutes, 15 minutes, it's like, fuck. Like, what's the point? You know? That would be my biggest thing.
Yeah.
But if it is like a couple hours, that is an awesome feeling.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel too. Like if I wake up in the middle of the night and like if I feel myself like starting to wake up a little bit more, I'm like, okay, we got to do it. We got to look at the clock. And I'm like, all right, this is it. And like slowly lift up my phone. And like when it's still like 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm like, fuck yeah. Like that's almost enough to make me stay up, honestly. I'm like so excited. But,
that puts me right back to sleep.
oh yeah, no, then I'm just, I get excited and I'm like, nope. Sleep.
Go to sleep.
Sleep.
Yep.
Sleep.
I would much rather have that than only have like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Because that fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Anything less than like an hour?
Yeah.
I don't think I like that. Because it's like, well, what the fuck is the point? You know?
No,
You don't get back into that deep sleep.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say is like, well, we know I just don't like waking up when I'm not ready to anyway. So
It's true.
I'm like always, I guess if I like wake up and I'm refreshed, then I'll, if it's not like 3 o'clock in the morning or something, like say my alarm was set for like 6:30 and I wake up at 6 and I'm like, I actually feel like really refreshed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Then go with it. It's not often that happens.
No.
So
I definitely would rave about having more time though, for sure.
yeah, that's always
an hour,
where,
definitely.
that's where I'm always
I'm all for
like, especially after our conversation last week, was that last week? About shit sleep and stuff.
Oh God.
And then
I don't
I'm
remember.
like,
I think so.
I'm still like, I want to get better sleep.
Yeah.
So I have more time in the day. But then I get to the nighttime and I'm like, I have time now.
Yeah, right.
So
I think this last test went well though, staying up till midnight, getting up at 6.
Yeah.
That's kind of my sweet. Like I said in the previous episode, I think last week.
we have that decompression time and everything.
Exactly.
So,
You have a couple hours to decompress and then you get 6 hours of sleep. I don't know who the fuck is getting 8 to 9 hours of sleep a day. Like that's insane to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I wish I could survive on like naps.
I mean,
what a great life to just survive on like an hour nap here and there.
Yeah, but your brain activity though.
Oh, it would probably be shit. Like, yeah, it would.
Yeah, be
I
awful.
can only imagine how awful it would
Just
be for like
sluggish.
the internal.
Oh,
yeah.
God, no.
No, but in a perfect world, I could like be like a vampire and not need to sleep.
That would be awesome. I would get so much more done. I mean, we already do a lot, but like to have even
but
more
just
time,
to like not have to be like, I should probably get some sleep.
even an extra day,
Yeah.
that would be fucking awesome. Like an
Yeah.
extra Sunday. I've always said that. An extra Sunday would be phenomenal.
Yeah. I always wish I just had more time.
There's just, or I would say longer days, but
I don't even think that would be the solution.
No, I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
so.
But
No, definitely not. What were your other ones again?
low maintenance friendships and minimalism.
Minimalism.
Which is funny because I want to know what you had you had brought that up on yours. And then I was like, I had it on mine.
That was a minimalism lifestyle, I thought it was.
Okay,
Pretty
yeah,
sure that
that's
was mine.
pretty much the same
So-
that I have.
Okay,
That's
so
funny.
like lifestyle?
Yeah, that
Okay.
like so I said for the rave, less clutter in my space equals less clutter in my mind. And like if you're like, going into minimalism, then it could feel like a reset for like your physical space in your mind, like trying to declutter and get rid of stuff.
So like, do you mean like your immediate work area, like your immediate space, or just your life? Like which one do you mean?
I was talking about like a home.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know. I'm split down the middle. Once upon a time, I definitely wanted to dabble in like the minimalism kind of thing.
I know.
But I don't know. Like
Yeah, you wanted to do the whole let's get rid of all of our stuff and go live in an RV. And I was like, hold on.
I like the concept. That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I like the concept, but I don't know, just the maintenance that goes into it, the lack, especially having kids. I could see like a retirement thing. It wouldn't be bad, but then at the same time, I would rather have like the kids be able to come back to the house.
I want to have my
their own
home and
rooms.
all my shit.
Exactly, yeah. But I definitely don't want to like. There's even people that do like they do like minimalism like lifestyles in the house.
Yeah.
They only have what they need.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just
I
the
want
more
to
I
have
think
my
about it.
cake and eat it too.
Yeah, right. I want more stuff.
I know. I'm always
know.
I don't want to be a minimalist, but I also don't like want to do the overconsumption either. So
Okay.
I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle where like I really try to be a lot more I guess intentional about my purchases and stuff.
Okay.
And like think realistically, like
Yeah.
if I like this thing, but really, am I gonna use it? Where am I gonna use it? Where am I gonna put it? Like,
Okay.
I try to think about just so I'm not making all these random like frivolous purchases
Yeah.
and stuff.
I mean, that makes sense.
But
It's definitely not minimalism,
Yeah, I was
though.
gonna say I'm still not like, oh, I'm getting rid of all of my shit and only
Yeah.
keeping what I need. I don't know what I'm gonna need next year.
And it seems
I
like-
might need something that's in the garage right now.
As soon as you get rid of something, that's like the moment you need it.
Exactly.
Like, especially like for what we do too.
I do a lot of random shit also.
Yeah, but we also have like multiple offices and we have a studio and we have like all this stuff
Yeah.
and a big house and like all of that stuff comes in handy. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Especially like we
that's
renovated the whole house.
Yeah.
I kept all that stuff in the garage.
Yeah.
So like if any of it like broke or whatever,
Exactly.
we have a replacement on hand. So
Exactly.
like a minimalist
I mean, even
wouldn't
the
have
doors
that.
that we took down, I was like, let's hold on to those.
Yeah.
Just because
Exactly.
you
Yep.
never know.
I think there's definitely a line though between like hoarding, you know what I mean? Like and like living like just keeping stuff.
Yeah.
So like there's definitely a line though, because like what we do, like you said, like with the doors or like when we renovated the house when we bought it, we kept like all that
like
the
there's
door handles.
Yeah, there's a
and,
lot of like original
extra
stuff that
Yeah.
we kept.
Yeah,
just
the original
in
stuff
case.
too. Yep.
So
that's to me though, that's not hoarding. That's just and we didn't keep any of the old stuff, the original stuff. I got rid of pretty much all of that. It was the
okay.
new stuff. So like say we had like
you
an
mean like the extra pieces,
like
and
extra
gotcha.
handles
Okay,
or whatever,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, no, we have like a whole tote upstairs
Oh,
of
yeah.
like extra pieces.
because we replaced everything. We did the doorknobs. We our accent color is black instead of white, so the trim and everything. But we took that even a step further, and like the vents, we made those black. The
outlet
door
plates.
stops, the outlet plates, everything. The accent color is black in
Yeah.
the house, which we love. But with that renovation and all those projects, we had some extra pieces.
Yeah.
Kept all of it because that could come in handy, right?
I think they already have too.
Absolutely, yeah.
There's definitely been times where I'm like, oh, we missed a thing or something, like
Mm-hmm.
I'll move something and I'll see that there's not like an outlet cover on it. Like that happened up in my office. I had like
okay.
the bench in front of it. And then I was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
And like just went in the garage and grabbed one. But
see, but like that's not like hoarding to me though. That's just
I think hoarding really, I mean, is when people like
refuse
their houses are like
away.
Are like filled to the brim with stuff and like literally like the show Hoarders, you know.
Yeah, like newspapers.
That's crazy.
And like, you don't get rid of anything.
I mean, that's a whole other. I don't even think that's in the same conversation.
I purge shit on the regular.
You do.
Yeah. So like we are not definitely not there, but we're definitely not minimalist either. Like we definitely hold on to stuff and we collect stuff and like even like little stuff like this for the set. Like a lot of that stuff we weren't actively using at one point, but then we're like, oh hey, this would actually go good. Stuff like that, you know. So I definitely I couldn't go back, especially doing everything that we've done in the last year. Since we started the companies and kind of did all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Even buying the house. I guess that was 2 years ago. I think so. But I definitely now that we've done all that, I would never go to the minimalism lifestyle.
I just don't want to. Like
no.
Well, like you see those videos too, where like these, the influencers, back to that conversation, they'll like be recording in their house, and I'm like, you are echoing in your home. I can hear you echoing in your home
because there's nothing.
Put some shit on your walls. God. I mean, that's really none of my business. But
I mean, to each their own, right? But I don't know. I still like, I like the concept of the RV. I really like it because like just traveling, just like to be free and be able to like move about, and like if you don't like one area, you can jump. Like it wouldn't work for our lifestyle, right? But like I've always liked the concept and like not really envy people, but I can appreciate why people do it. They just jump in an RV, like, they have no kids or whatever, and they just kind of travel and they just have experiences, and like that's awesome.
I mean,
that's great for you.
I guess, if that,
if you like traveling, like say that the couple they bond over like camping or like hiking.
I mean, that's what I was gonna say. If like you're both really into it, then fine. It's not gonna work here.
No, I definitely.
I'm not about that life. Yeah. I would do like, we were talking about like taking a road trip in an RV. I'll do that. I do not want to be in a small confined, like that is significantly more restrictive to me than like being in my stationary home. Because at least here I can go to another fucking room and be like, don't speak to me for a minute. Yeah. If we are in an RV, let me slide this little fucking plastic door.
Yeah, I definitely couldn't. I wouldn't want to live in one. And from what I know about RVs too, obviously, like you had said, we're about to dabble into kind of the RV life a little bit, for at least for like traveling.
A vacation.
Yeah, vacation. And we're actually doing that this summer, I believe. But since we've talked about that, I've kind of researched it a little more. And once you get into like the kind of like the nitty gritty of it, like you had brought this up, I think it was off the mic. But we had a conversation about like kind of the
poopies,
the back end of it.
Yeah.
And not only just that, but just the upkeep in general.
Yeah.
So like people, they get on social media and they'll tell you how extravagant it is and like how great it is and all this other stuff. And like, and that's awesome. But like once you actually get into like the back end stuff, actually like operating it and upkeep, stuff
just
like that.
Like the
it's
financial
a lot.
aspect of it as well, for how much you have to pay for it. And then like, depending on where you live, it's not like you can just have your RV parked outside your house.
Oh yeah. If you
so now,
storage.
So now you need to pay for a storage place to go park your fucking RV for when you're not using it.
It is pretty cool though that some houses around here, a lot of them, they actually have a garage, like an attached garage, another garage that's actually big enough for an RV.
I mean, if you like know ahead of time that you want to do it and you make that plan, then by all means, boo-boo, go live in your RV and have a great life.
I guess like the seals and like winterizing them and the pipes and like all that stuff, there's a lot of things that go wrong with an RV, and like people don't really talk about that, but it's nice. It's kind of refreshing to see people actually show that side of it. Yeah. Because they'll get on their videos and like, hey, I see all these influencers and all these people say how great this life is. Let me show you the nitty gritty. Let me show you exactly what's going on behind the scenes and how much shit fucking breaks on this thing.
Yeah. Not only that, but then like you again, to refer back to the last episode of the people, like the influencers with their kids.
Yeah.
These ones that are like, our whole family of 10 are living in our RV. Ooh. And fucking Brantley and Antley and Cantley are all together, and we're like, I don't even
can only imagine where these people are from.
Who knows? I'm just trying to think of like some of the most ridiculous influencer names.
God.
But yeah, like you're just all on top of each other, and I just get me out of it.
I don't appreciate those. I can appreciate like the couples. Right, like I said, like they're they're camping buddies, or like they're they like going hiking, or they like those kind of experiences. They don't have kids, like it's just them. Like that makes sense for you. That's awesome for you. But like with 2 kids, 2 dogs, a house, like we love the area. Like
I like just being able to take some time away from like just to be by myself for a moment, just a quick recharge.
Everybody has their area.
Yeah, that's the thing is like I like. Yes, I get annoyed sometimes, and I'm like, I don't fucking know where like where one of you guys are or something, and I'm like walking around the house just like yelling for everybody. But then other times I'm
that's
like,
a good problem to have.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Other times I'm like, I don't hate this because like you guys can be down here like gaming and being loud and doing your thing, and I can like go to another room and just like like. I don't know.
So we have a home theater, right? That we installed. We got installed when we bought the house in the basement. When I have that like up, can you hear it on the top floor?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, so like even like that, because those are actually installed into the ceiling and everything, the surround sound and all that. And if you can't hear that, then that's even more of a reason.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think I can hear that. Upstairs.
You wouldn't fucking have that.
Yeah.
Like you would the whole vehicle.
That's another thing. And just everything's so compact, and I just like just like claustrophobia alone is enough for me to not want to do it. Like I said, I can do it for like a long weekend or like maybe up to a week or something, if we're like taking a long road trip.
The RV. Okay.
Yeah. But no. And then even like as far as like the minimalism in general, no. I'm too chaotic to be a minimalist.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about hobbies later, but like I pick them up and drop them so fast. I can't be a minimalist.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. You're pretty consistent. You have been for a long time. I guess you added some new ones, but like you're pretty consistent with your hobbies. Like your little building structures, those, right? And then you got the puzzles, you got reading. I mean, that's in Sims. Like those are pretty consistent.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
So
but
you probably
still,
could,
I'm talking about like when I'm like, I'm going to go buy this thing, do like crafty shit or whatever. And then I decide I'm done doing that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But then as a minimalist, you probably, once you didn't have use for something in that moment, you would get rid of it.
So but like, then in a month when I decide I want to do it again, then I have to go buy it. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's true. Like, I'm just not consistent enough to be a minimalist, I think.
For us, we can live the minimalist lifestyle for like a weekend, like a trip. Right?
Oh yeah,
so like hotel, hotel living and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
But now we're gonna test it, so I don't know for sure. So maybe come the summer, I may have a different opinion on it. But I think that the RV is going to be a game changer, at least renting, right? Renting an RV and using it for like a trip, because I think it's just easier because everybody can just like move about. If they want to stretch their legs, there's a fridge on board, there's a microwave, there's an oven, stovetop, like all this kind of stuff, right? And then also, once you get there, you don't have to unpack all your shit into a hotel room and like get everything out of bags and move in for a night. It's just everything's already in the RV. So like I think it's gonna be so much better. I really do. I don't know. I think, but I don't want to live in an RV permanently. I want to be able to come home and unpack and then have our nice big house again.
Yeah. Well,
I couldn't even do like a small apartment or like even like a small house at this point.
Well, probably not. No. I mean, we would look like hoarders in a small house.
Yeah, if you take this whole house and put it into a small thing, oh shit.
We would definitely be hoarders for sure.
No more studio.
No more a lot of things.
Yeah,
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just me.
No, we're still on rant to rave, right?
Yes.
I would definitely not rave about minimalist lifestyle.
I agree.
Absolutely not.
Yes.
For the short term, I could say that. Like the RV thing,
I still feel like it's gonna get old quick, but we'll see.
What do you mean quick?
Like just being in the RV, like being on top of each other
Just
all
for
the
that
time.
weekend?
Well, I think like that's
Or, like,
going to be the
long-term?
limit. I think
Oh,
once
right,
we
yeah.
once we
Absolutely,
get
yeah.
to the end of it, we're going to be like, all right, we're done.
I think so. Yeah.
We're done with that. Yeah.
Like never doing it again,
Or at least,
just
I think
over
at
that
the
trip.
very least, we're going to be like, we need a
okay.
good break between.
Oh,
if we
I'm
do
sure.
that
Yeah,
again,
this wouldn't be like a
because-
weekend thing.
Yeah.
But I think it's just gonna be better because like it's better than being cramped up in a car.
I mean, yeah, exactly.
For,
so I don't know. We'll see how it
10
goes.
hours. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And I hate hotels. That could be a topic right
Yeah.
there. I fucking hate hotels.
I'm not a fan.
No, not at all.
It's very uncomfortable.
I don't like it. No. That's
Yeah.
a different topic though.
Yeah. All right. Well, do you want to move on then?
What was the third one?
I think.
We only did two, I thought.
Oh, it was low maintenance friendships.
I mean,
You don't have to.
no, that's fine. We'll move on. You can say that one if you want.
So, something a little different, I
Okay.
guess. This week we have a listener submission to share for
okay.
Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
And they wish to remain anonymous,
Okay.
so there aren't any names.
Okay.
So, the story is I, 47 female, have taken care of my parents since I can remember. This includes taking on the role of mom and dad, housekeeper, babysitter, cook, etc. 2 years ago, my mom had a bad accident and fell down some stairs and she ended up in a care facility. Even though I was working full time, I still stopped by to take her out and care for her, and I've been working for her ever since. I am the only one out of 5 kids that handles my mom's medical care. Well, fast forward to this year, she had a stroke but is now doing well. Here's the Am I the Asshole part.
Okay.
I decided not to go to family Christmas because of drama with other members. My sister, 45 female, decided to message me to tell me that I was selfish for my absence. My older brother also did not go, but he did not get a message. Am I the asshole for wanting peace and solitude for myself?
Well, no. So there's not a whole lot of information on this one.
Yeah, there wasn't a whole lot of
holes.
details.
Okay, there's a lot of holes in it, so I don't really know what's happening. But I will always side with your peace.
Yes.
Your peace is your fucking life.
Yes.
So no, I mean, first of all, you're a grown ass fucking woman, right? Mm-hmm. So you can make your own damn choices, right? Again, so your peace is the first thing, right? But also, no one should have control over your decisions, including fucking family.
Well, one thing, I guess there was kind of another detail because I reached out, obviously, and asked if there was any more details and stuff. One thing that she did say was that, like, her sister, the one that messaged her, like, doesn't really do anything, doesn't go visit the mom or anything like that.
Okay.
But then turns around and tries to make her feel bad for not coming to the family
Did
Christmas.
she not go to the family Christmas because of drama stemming from her taking care of the mother?
That's what it sounds like. It's with the
Or is it different?
siblings.
Right, but so the scenario isn't really laid out.
Well,
though.
she
Like, is the drama
because she said
from
that she's the
caring?
only one taking care of her
Interesting.
mom.
Okay.
That like none
Okay.
of her other siblings are helping out or anything like that.
Okay.
So I'm thinking that that's probably why she didn't want to go.
Sounds like there's other stuff happening here.
Yeah.
But it all comes down to, like I said, your peace is fucking yours.
Mm-hmm.
It is your responsibility to protect that. So whatever you need to do to protect that,
Yeah.
I am all for. So absolutely not the asshole.
Yeah. So do you think that opting out of this family event is like laying down a boundary, or is it like a punishment?
Again, there's not enough information to really.
so am I.
There's not enough information to really side with it, because I don't know, like it wasn't clear if like the drama was stemming from that right there, her taking care of the mom and them not, or if there's some other shit going on. So I would say definitely not the asshole for it. But it really depends on, and also like what's been done up until this point. Like, have you sat down with them and like had the conversation about,
That's
helping
true.
out? Like, there's a lot of things that aren't answered here.
Yeah.
There's not really a full scenario.
That's fair.
Which we very rarely get with these. It's always one-sided,
exactly.
right? But I think from what we do know is that she's trying to protect her peace, which I'm all fucking for at all times. And then also, what was the other thing?
I mean, she's also trying to keep up with like taking care of her mom. So I'm sure, like, being a caretaker already has a lot of weight.
Yeah.
Along with that in and of
course,
itself. So like,
I wonder why nobody else is helping though. You said 5 siblings, and she's the only one. Yeah, see, that's pretty wild.
yeah, I don't know.
But yeah, protecting your peace for sure. And then the other one was not having anybody else kind of pressure you or control your decisions, especially family, because like as we go through these episodes and we talk to these scenarios and like these am I the assholes and everything, a very common thing that comes up is family pressure. Like peer pressure, but family.
Yep, I agree.
And that seems like what's happening here. Like I'm just going to text you and give you shit, and this peer pressure thing.
Well, I feel like people really, I guess when they're benefiting a lot from what that person is providing, like if you're always the reliable one, you're always the one that shows up for everybody and like always bends over backwards to help everybody and da-da-da-da-da. When you finally are like, I've had enough, then a lot of time people just can't handle that because they're so used to like you being in that role. I'm not saying that's your fault.
Right.
Absolutely not. I'm saying that's their problem.
Yeah, but
not something that you need to take on for yourself.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what's happening in this scenario. She just didn't go to the family reunion or the family Christmas. She's not stepping away from like taking care of the mother.
No, but that's what I'm saying is that like it almost seems like, is it a situation where like you've been there for everybody, including your mom, and now finally you're like, it's getting to be too much?
Maybe,
and I need to start stepping away from things. And then they're like, why?
Did she say why? I know it was a limited conversation, but did the listener, did they say anything regarding like why they didn't go to the Christmas?
No, it just said that it was drama.
Just drama.
Other people.
Okay.
So I'm guessing,
vague, but regardless of what the drama is.
Also, they were like, didn't want to give too many details because they didn't want it to be like, let's narrow it down.
And I understand
so,
that completely.
Yeah, that's why I was like trying to ask questions. And then I was like, well,
yeah. But
I don't want to like blow your spot up.
From what we know, though, you're protecting your peace and you're not letting somebody else dictate your decisions.
I agree.
Which even if it, like I said, and I say it all the time, even if it's fucking family, it doesn't matter. Family is the first one to push that button.
Yep.
Right? They're the first ones to overstep.
Yeah.
Right. And it seems like she's doing what she needs to do to protect that. So absolutely not the asshole.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we want to hear your guys' perspective on this as well.
Yeah.
So write in, tell us and your fellow listener what you guys think about her situation.
Yeah.
And I also want to ask, have any of you guys ever been punished for setting a boundary with your family? How did that go? What happened? How did you react?
Okay.
Tell us about it.
I like it.
Especially if it includes some juicy drama. Tell me every single detail.
Oh, God.
I want to be thorough.
Yeah. Okay.
Obviously.
Chismosa.
You guys, it's thorough reporting.
Oh, okay.
No, I do want to. Oh, go ahead.
If she has an edit, it'd be cool if she has like an edit.
Yeah,
maybe she
if you
can
have
give us
anything
a
that
little
you
more.
want to add in after hearing what we've said, feel free to send me another message and we will bring it back up.
But you are absolutely protecting your peace. And
yeah,
I support
that's
it.
what I said. I was like, hey, I don't think there's going to be a whole lot to go in on you for. Like, I don't think you're the asshole at all. Like, there's really.
You are protecting your peace.
But on a final note for that story.
Okay.
So one thing that I had read once upon a time was that if the only time your family notices you is when you stop showing up, that says a lot more about the system that's in place than it does about you.
Wow.
So
that's deep.
Just keep that with you. You are not the problem.
You should be a therapist.
Didn't we just talk about? Oh, that was last night. I was like, didn't I just tell you about how I was going to go into therapy? And then I was like, no.
I know.
Yeah.
That was pretty solid, though.
That was good.
I
like thought about that when I was reading this. And it's like, you know what? I think that would be a fitting thing to throw in there. So
I like it.
All right.
Thank you for the submission too.
Yes, thank
keep
you.
those coming.
If you guys want to keep
That's awesome.
adding or throwing some in, and like I said, give me a lot of details though, because it makes it a little bit easier to come up with our verdict.
Yeah, give us more detail. But that one though, it was pretty clear, what she was doing.
I agree. Yeah, don't let your family guilt you for trying to take care of yourself.
You are peace.
You're good. You are good.
Protect your bubble.
Yep. But all right. So next up we have maybe it's not that bad.
Okay.
And as always, in this segment, we discuss topics that most people hate, but we think they might not be that bad.
Okay.
So again, they're pretty random.
Minimalism.
Yes, actually. No, so we've got not finishing books or TV shows or podcasts, leaving reviews for products that you buy, letting hobbies die quietly, and rewashing the same load of laundry to put off switching it over.
Oh, God. That is that bad. I think the only time I do that is like if I forgot about it or we went to sleep or whatever.
Oh yeah,
I forgot
if there's
about
a load of laundry in there first thing in the morning, I'm like,
but then I'm like,
let's
okay,
just
now I
rewash it.
need to switch this over.
Yeah.
What was Sam? One more time.
Not finishing books or TV shows or podcasts.
What do you mean by that? Not finishing.
Like if
Like
you're
just not.
like you're just like, I don't want to finish this.
Do
Do you think it's not that bad, or do you think you should see it through?
Oh, now I'm torn because now I thought about fucking Lost.
Yes.
Shit.
We saw that one through. It was tough, but we
Yeah.
saw it through.
So the two scenarios or the two examples that come to mind is Shameless, which we just recently, within the last couple months, we rewatched the entire thing up
Except
until
for
the last four or five episodes.
Yeah.
And you were like, I don't want to do this anymore.
I was like, it's getting kind of
So I was
depressing,
like,
which is ironic,
Okay.
but
It's fucking Frank. Fuck Frank. Anyways. So like that's one thing, which is ironic because like you like to see the ending of things. I just realized that. That's really
I
ironic
like to
because
have closure.
Yeah,
but with that one,
but then
I was like, I feel like it's
there's
gonna
some
ruin
stuff
it.
where like you just don't want to finish it, which I don't know. Like I would like to finish it, but I know you didn't want to.
I think I don't know. We can,
But on the other side of it, it could be like a Lost situation, right? So like I would hope that they would close out Shameless. I don't know how they did. Obviously, I haven't seen it yet.
yeah.
But I hope that they would close it out properly,
I'd hope so.
right, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
But I thought Lost was going to do the same thing, and they fucking did not.
That show pissed
So
me
like
off.
if I stopped watching Lost, if I knew, right, was it hindsight's 2020?
Yeah.
If I would have
knew
known
then what I know now.
the last season of Lost, if I knew how that went, I would have fucking stopped before I started it.
Yeah.
Right? And
I
that would
don't.
have been
I
good.
wouldn't have even started it, honestly.
The what? The whole
The
series?
show.
The show
I
is
don't know.
awesome.
I
The
mean,
show is phenomenal.
I'm so.
It was so good until the last season when
It wasn't
hold
even.
on,
I
I
don't.
can't.
Yeah.
if
It's
you
fine.
haven't seen
We
it.
won't go too far into
But-
it. It's been out forever, by the way, but that's fine.
It's a really good show. It kept us looped in.
Yes.
Like it kept us drawn in
It's
for the entirety.
definitely
to the
one that
last
you
fucking season.
could for sure binge, and you almost feel the need to because of how the episodes
Yeah.
are
Oh,
structured.
yeah.
So yeah,
But well, I'm trying to think of one that has like
Good.
like a perfect ending.
Friends.
I mean, Friends is a solid one. See, right there.
Friends has a good ending.
So imagine that you would have stopped halfway through the last season. You wouldn't have gotten the full picture, the
Wouldn't
full.
have known if she got off the plane.
Well, okay. People that haven't seen it.
Again, it's been out for like 20 fucking years.
I don't know. But yeah, so like that right there, that's a perfect example. Or like even How I Met Your Mother. That closes out pretty well from what I remember.
Well, okay. The first time we watched it, we were like, this is shit.
Yeah.
And then the second time we watched it, we were like,
A little
okay,
more
that's not that
appreciation.
bad.
Yeah, right.
So
See, so that's
I don't know.
So but at the same time, like I
mean-
want to finish it. I want to finish it.
I guess we can. But I mean, one that's kind of funny too is Stranger Things we've talked about.
We had a hard time starting that.
Yeah, well, no, there was one day that we sat down and binge watched like almost the whole first season, I think. And then like the next day we just didn't go back to it.
yeah.
And then like that's the only bit of Stranger Things that we've ever seen. I don't even remember what happened. But
I don't either.
I have no fucking clue.
I've been told that it takes a little bit to get into, but once you get past that initial kind of weird part, it gets really good.
I don't know. I heard this last season was shit.
But it's okay. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. Like I want to say that. What was the title of this like verbatim?
Not finishing books or TV shows or podcasts. I
think it is. Why do you keep emphasizing podcasts?
Because I don't want people to stop listening to ours.
Okay.
No, there have been some though that I've like not listened, like I stopped listening to, I guess.
Okay.
Just kind of fell off. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
But like books, that one, I guess because you don't read as often as I do, I don't have a problem not finishing a book.
Interesting.
Sometimes,
which is so weird because like, so are you just not invested?
Yeah.
Or are you invested for a certain time and then just falls off?
Both.
Weird, because you need to finish stuff.
Yeah. So no, there's been a couple books. Like I know that there was one that I told you about. I was like, this is the worst fucking book that I've ever read in my life, but like it's so bad. I need to know how it finishes. That like, yeah, but then there's other books that I'm like, God, this is so fucking stupid and I can't get into it. I'm just gonna close it.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's like it's almost like the kind of car crash type of reaction to the book that I'm like, the writing is just so bad.
See, like that makes sense.
Like, where is this going?
Yeah, because like it just doesn't keep you interested. But like once you're actually interested, it's surprising that you can actually step away because you need closure.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes if I just get fed up.
We almost didn't. So I got into 911 pretty hard.
Immediately.
That was a great show. And then I showed it to you. And then after the first episode, you're like,
I hate this fucking show.
There's no closure. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay.
Because I went from watching like Grey's, where like the whole episode, they're talking about like this one patient, you follow that story, whatever, And then this, it's like they go on a call, they address the call, and then they move on to the next call. And I was like,
realistic.
What happens to the I know that. But the thing was,
I know that thing.
Yes, when I initially went into it, I was like, I don't like this at all. But once I figured out like, okay, it's like focus my energy on like the people and not like the patient,
Yeah,
it's not that
the
type of situation. Yeah. So then I was like, okay, I can get into this now. Don't get invested in the people that they're treating. Right. And it's just about them,
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that was my only thing is that I think in my head, I thought that it was going to be like Grey's like that. And that's why I was like, I don't like that. I don't have like, there's nothing happens after this, I don't know.
Yeah, right.
But it wasn't a bad show, I'll say.
Well, once.
That one's still new, so I won't spoil it, but it used to be good.
Yeah, so somebody dies and it killed it for us. Won't say who, in case you want to see it. It's a good show. It is a phenomenal show up until that point.
Yeah,
and then like
that episode, and you'll know when you get there.
And no.
I haven't watched an episode since.
No, hell no.
I fucking won't.
I thought it was like
I thought it was going to be the other. Yeah,
I thought it was fake. But then the person like got on social media and was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it's pretty disappointing.
It was a big blow
like, what the fuck? This is like Joey when he said that he wrote the script.
And then they killed him.
Fucking killed him. Yeah. It's like I wonder if that's what happened.
I don't know. Something.
But no, so like I think I would side with finishing for sure. Okay. And even if it does end badly, at least
That's fair.
Because like I said, Friends. If we would have got to, halfway through season 10 and then just stopped watching it, that's no.
Yeah.
And if you've done that, fucking fix yourself. Because that ends perfectly, right?
Yeah. I watched it all the way through and cried and then started over again.
We've done that. We've actually gotten to the end and then just started over. So I mean, but no, I think it is that bad. I would much rather finish it to actually, even if it doesn't end badly, or if it doesn't end the way that you thought it was. I mean,
that's fair.
At least
Okay.
And
that's fair.
Friends is definitely the factor behind that. Because not finishing that, or like I said, How I Met Your Mother, or any of those, All
right. Well, were there any of these other ones? Leaving reviews for products that you buy, letting hobbies die quietly, and rewashing the same load of laundry to put.
We already did that one. I like 2 and 3.
I guess we did.
I like 2 and 3. So the reviews.
Yes,
right?
leaving reviews.
So I like. I don't like doing it, but I like when people do it. if that makes sense.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I was gonna say. Is like, there's been times when I've been like, oh shit, let me go and like do a review dump or something, on things, and because I always go and look at reviews.
Exactly.
So I'm like,
it's nice to have. I'm glad they're there because then you can kind of research before you buy something or for whatever. But at the same time, I think I don't want to say not society, but like companies and businesses or whatever you want to call that kind of group, right? We are flooded with surveys and reviews and all that shit every day. So constantly. I have become, is it desensitized?
Yeah,
I guess.
probably.
Does that make sense? Desensitized to that kind of traffic that comes through. So text messages, emails. I don't think they do letters anymore for that kind of shit, but emails and texts for sure. They're like, give us a review
leave
or
a
like
review about your product,
survey or whatever. And like, I want to, and I always say I'm going to, but then like, I think subconsciously, like I get it and I ignore it because everything wants a fucking survey. And it's like, I don't have time. Like every hour of my day is fucking spoken for.
Yeah.
And none of that is for surveys.
Yeah. It'll take forever just to go along and
there's so many. Like there's no reason that every single thing needs a like
I do try to leave honest reviews though that like look like one that they're written by a person and that two, just like not completely shitting on it, but just being realistic about it.
Just like an honest review.
Yeah, because I hate it when like I'll go to look at something and it's like, oh my God, this is the best product I've ever used and I love it so much, blah, blah, blah. And like all of them say that and I'm just like, come on, so somebody, I'm like, not everybody has a great experience. Like, can we have some realism in
That'd be
here?
A pretty phenomenal product to have.
Exactly.
No bad reviews.
If you could even say it like, it worked pretty good. Like it did what it was supposed to do or so, like that. I don't know how to explain it, but like, that's one thing that frustrates me sometimes when I'm reading reviews is that they just look fake or they, like look like a paid review or something like that. That's absolutely a thing
too because they have bots.
Exactly. So that's why sometimes when I will make a point to go and leave reviews and stuff like that, especially if it's one that like I looked at the reviews and I thought it was good and I went and bought the product and it wasn't that good. Well, I'm leaving you a fucking review.
Oh yeah, for sure. Well, like, I think because you don't want other people to go through. And that's kind of the it's kind of ass backwards though, because like I'm quicker. It seems like people, and you just said it too, are quicker to jump on and do a bad review than a good review. Because like I'll have a great experience with a product. I'm like, this is fucking phenomenal. This is great, whatever, right? And then like kind of just forget about it. But then if you like that experience right there, where somebody leaves a good review and then you get the product and it's shit, and then you just immediately go to it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I do try to make a point if I'm gonna leave a review or something, or even if like. Unless it was a really, really, really bad experience, if there's like some good in there, then I'll like add that in there and be like, yeah, the packaging was, or I don't know, some shit like that. Right. But I don't know.
There was one. So I was messing with some back end stuff for a website earlier today. And I was going through and I was canceling, pretty much like deactivating some services and stuff like that, and just kind of deleting just old stuff, just kind of purging stuff that just hasn't been used. And one of them, so I deactivated, and then it came up with this fucking survey asking me why, right? Yeah. And then it was what did I choose? I chose like just I don't use anymore. Right? My company doesn't use it anymore. And then it came up with another prompt. It's like. It tried to force me to put in my email so that it could send me updates on their product. Oh. And I'm like, who in the fuck thought this? Who blessed off on this?
Yeah.
Like I'm deactivating. I'm like basically unsubscribing, right? Like I don't use the service anymore.
And you're basically making me have to resubscribe.
Yeah. So like, but the thing is that there was no cancel. So I tried to just hit feedback or whatever it was, right? No, there was no close button. It was just a prompt. It was just a prompt with no. Yeah, it wasn't like a separate window with a close and minimize and all that. It was an actual prompt that came up from it. And then I hit submit feedback, I think it was, because that was the last process to actually submit it to the company. And it came up with a red text saying that I need to input my email. And then it even said next to it, it's like an input is required in order to submit your feedback and to close your whatever. And also you need to opt in to receiving emails from us.
That's so ridiculous.
Like, I've never seen some shit like that. Like now you're taking a step further.
You're making,
So like, So I got out of that prompt, backed out, right? Ended up deleting it a different way. But I was like, that's some shady shit.
Yeah.
Like you're basically like somebody that like doesn't really know like how that kind of stuff works.
Somebody that wouldn't know how to find another way around it. They would be forced to just be stuck with it.
It even said that it was basically forcing you to input your email and to opt in, and it's like you can unsubscribe later.
That's what you're trying to do now.
It even said that within the red text. I was like, so you're forcing me to subscribe so that you can try to sell me this product again, right? But then also like,
oh, you cannot subscribe later, but when you come to unsubscribe, we're going to put you back in this loop.
Like I just think
loop. Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening right now?
That would make me want to throw a computer.
Oh, it was back end shit. Fucking drives me nuts. Some of these fucking companies and vendors and stuff, they can eat a big fat.
They should.
Yeah. What was
Letting
the title
hobbies die. Oh.
What was the title of this one again?
Leaving reviews for products you buy.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so my point is that I would definitely leave. I forgot though, because we got into this. But that would be a review that I would.
You should.
I would let people know like this is how you get around.
You
this.
absolutely should.
Because like that's fucked.
Yeah,
like,
they're trying to be shady.
You're a lot, and it's unfortunate, but like you can have a phenomenal experience with something or someone or whatever, and then you're like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna give you a review or anything like that, and then it's like. We become so desensitized that like once that action comes through my email or my text, I'm probably just gonna fucking ignore it because I just get them all day. Oh yeah, every day.
If it says survey in it, I'm like delete.
But I had a phenomenal experience with that, so I should go in and but the sheer amounts, the sheer volume.
I know. If
unreal.
it's like I got something from like a small business or like ordered from like a small vendor or something like that, then I'll make a point to be like, I loved this product and because like they're a small business, they're trying to grow.
How they grow.
For like these corporations and shit though, I'm like, get fucked.
That's true.
Do your own marketing.
But at the same time though, not necessarily all the time, because a lot of these bigger corporations and like conglomerates, I think that's, I don't know, just these like big companies, right? Their employees are, I guess, rated based off of the feedback.
Okay, that's different.
So sometimes you're not even rating. Like it's not even the big corporation that's actually like benefiting from this.
That was for like products. If it's like for a service and they're like, hey, I like my pay is based on my surveys or something, then I'm like, let me go.
Which is also fucked.
That's so fucked.
Like
absolutely.
What? I've heard that before a couple times.
But
and
when
I'm
they
like,
say that,
what?
I'm like, let me go make sure that I like leave you a good review or something. Yeah, because like that's just horrible.
You're gonna have shitty people.
Well, I just feel bad for them too, because like a lot of what I hear from them is that like they're like, I don't like having to say this, but like for some people, that like they had a bad experience with like a different part of the service, they give that bad review.
Exactly.
And then it comes back on the person who they might not have even had anything to do with it. Their fucking name was just attached to the job.
Yeah.
Like, so yeah, when I know that it's going to directly impact like a small business or one person that's doing the job,
more likely
then if I know that it can make a difference for them to leave that positive review, then yes, I'll go out of my way to do it.
Right.
If it's like something, I don't know. I'm just thinking like if I order some random shit off Amazon that's like not from a small vendor, so I don't know. Then I'm not gonna like make a point to go out of my way to leave the review.
Fair. Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. What was number 3?
Letting hobbies die quietly.
Letting hobbies die quietly. Like what kind of hobby?
Any.
Does anything come to mind?
I don't know. I guess kind of like what I had initially thought was like from the minimalism conversation.
Oh, okay.
Of like if you're like into something and then you're like, I'm just gonna go over here.
I think so.
I'm gonna go do this other thing. Yeah. You just stay over there. Like maybe I'll come back.
Yeah.
Maybe not.
I think that could be healthy just because like, I don't know. There's to me, there's two sides of the coin kind of thing. Is like if you're dropping it because it's like too difficult or like you just don't want to learn it or whatever, right? Yeah. I don't think you should drop it because of that. I think you just need to like drive forward.
Over it,
yeah, but if you're just over it and you're just like, ADHD, right? Mindset, right? Where you're just kind of jumping between projects and stuff. Especially because if you're in that situation, you're probably going to come back to that project. It may be a little while, but you're gonna come back to it. So like, I don't see a problem with that. Like that's definitely not that bad.
Table out there that's covered in shit.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to build.
You build all those,
all my little sets, and then I was like, I'm done.
Yeah. God.
I think there's still like 2 in boxes out there, and I was just like.
But eventually, you're gonna get that itch again, and you're gonna build it.
Yeah, that's why I haven't cleaned all that shit up yet, because I know the second I clean it up, I'm gonna be like, throw it all back.
That's what that table is for, though. That's like the craft table, you know. So it's like it's not like it's out of place, you know.
No, it's just I do try to like contain it, but I'm like, let me make sure my stuff's not hanging over the edge.
God. But yeah, I think that's very. I think it's very healthy, and I think I would argue that it's very, that's the habits of a very intelligent person.
Yeah,
right?
Being able to bounce around a little bit.
I think so.
I think so too.
And I think it's very healthy because like you have multiple hobbies, like where there's some people that don't have like any hobbies at all, you know?
Yeah.
You're not exercising that part of your brain and stuff like that. But if you can like, you know, go.
Well, like I feel like for a long time I didn't like have any hobbies or anything, and like didn't know, you know, like how to channel my energy with different things. And I feel like that's why for a long time I was just so like, but yeah, now having different things that I'm like, oh, I really want to like hyper focus on some details so I can do that. Or like, oh, I want to like solve something, so I'll go do a puzzle.
There you go.
Or like, I want to rule the world, so I'll go play some Sims. Like, you know, it's like I've tried to find different things for like the different parts of like my personality that need to come out in random bursts.
Yeah. You get to scratch that itch.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense to me. I think that's a very high functional mindset and like personality.
I'm gonna take
especially if you can like jump between like hobbies and stuff like that. Yeah, I think I'm all for it.
Me too.
Definitely.
I like that.
As long as you don't like, if you like put a bunch of money into something and then like you just never come back to it, like that's
to be fair
different.
I've stopped doing that. I still have my sewing machine.
I know, and you keep saying
all of my sewing tools.
I have never seen you sew. It's been 15 years.
It's been a really long time since I busted that bad boy out.
Do we even have it anymore? Oh, it's in your closet in your office, right? Okay.
It's a nice sewing machine. There's no reason to get rid of it.
Well, yeah, it's brand new. It's never been used.
It's so fucked up because it's true. I think I've used it like maybe a handful of times.
Oh, God. There's probably still plastic on the fucking case.
Anyway, all right. So next up.
Okay, what you got?
We have another Am I the Asshole? This one's from Reddit.
Okay.
But first, I want to talk about the comments from last week's Am I the Asshole?
Oh, okay.
So, if you recall, it was the story about the man that kept his phone on Do Not Disturb, resulting in him missing calls from his wife.
Oh, yeah. That was. Okay. That's mine.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, if you don't remember the story, it's from episode 55, and it's also posted on our social media. So go check it out if you haven't already. Anyway, so our vote was that the man was an asshole for keeping his phone on Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
But I was actually really surprised to see some comments that were leaning towards not the asshole on the first TikTok video that we posted, which was the story itself.
Okay.
So one comment said she would have never survived before cell phones. Another said, not the asshole. Just because I have a cell phone doesn't mean that I'm always available. My phone is always on silent. Another said, I own a phone for my convenience, emphasis on my, it was all uppercase. And then finally, someone said, I'm on the husband's side. I would love to just leave my phone behind and not have a care in the world.
Okay.
But
that's interesting. Okay.
Then on the next video, which was a clip of me saying that I'm filing for divorce if you tell me to call an ambulance instead of you.
Okay.
These comments were more like, they just seemed to be coming from people that were like in relationships. And I mean, I obviously wasn't the only person that noticed it because someone actually commented, and said, I felt like most of the comments from the first post were from single people or people not in a serious relationship.
I was going to say that.
Yeah. She said they felt very, if I had kids, they would always be perfectly perfect type of comments. And like I replied and I was like, I thought the same fucking thing. Like I was really surprised.
Yeah. That sounds, and I was going to say that.
Yeah.
But like I didn't want to like.
I know. Well then. Two more. So one other person said he's just leaving his wife out here unprotected. Also agreed with that.
Yeah.
And then finally, another person said, I was on his side until the ambulance comment. In the event of in the event of an emergency, he would also miss the call from the paramedics or police telling them what the situation is and where to find her. So
yeah, that's a good point. That's even taking a step further.
Yeah.
That's fucking
I just
solid.
thought it was interesting. Like when I posted it, I was like, obviously you're the asshole. And then people started commenting on it and I was like,
sounds like it was from which is fine. It sounds like it was from a bunch of single people.
Yeah,
I was like, no, this is my piece.
I know.
But,
yeah, like I was reading it and I was like, am I the asshole? I was like, am I wrong? Like, is there? It really made me
tell me I'm wrong.
I know, it made me second guess for a second, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I was correct.
Yeah, not to like. Obviously, it's a funny situation, but like, and not to take away from that, but the way that you know that you're not in the wrong is like if something did happen and like you had a bunch of missed calls and that person ends up, something bad happens. And you could have prevented that, your view is going to drastically change. You're not going to have the fucking viewpoint of, what was it? My device is my whatever.
I have it for my convenience.
Which is,
like,
that
I
is,
get
I'm
it,
guessing
but
you're single, which is, there's no problem with that whatsoever. But if you do have a significant other or somebody that's relying on you, or you could save their life, or like
not even if you couldn't, like if I'm in an accident and I know that like you can't save my life, but like I'm stuck in the car, if you still show up and like are able to talk to me, that helps.
Or
like, or just knowing that you're there. Like if I'm again stuck, like trapped in this fucking car, and I look over and I see you there. At least I know that you're there. At least, like, I know that there's someone there for me.
And if you can get there first, too, like if you're closer, like that was one of your examples in 55.
Yeah, like there's,
But and also if there's a scenario, I can't really wrap my head around like what the scenario would be, like how this would happen. But if for some reason the only person that you can contact, like for some reason you can't call 911 for whatever reason, right? But you can call, your significant other or whatever. That's another reason. Like, what if that's the scenario and then you don't pick up and that person ends up like dying? Yeah. And like you could have prevented that.
Or you could have at least like had one final conversation or something. I don't know. I don't know. There's just,
but like, but in every scenario, but the point is like, that's how you know that you're not in the wrong with your verdict, because like, if you put yourself in that situation as somebody in a relationship, no. Yeah. So like, but if you have the opinion that like it's my device, I don't know, what was it?
Yeah, it's my phone. I have it for my convenience. I own a phone for my convenience.
That's awesome for you. But I hope you're single. If
I
not,
hope that there's nobody ever relying on you.
If there's somebody relying on you, that's dangerous. But that's dangerous.
Yeah, like I don't care if you're both able-bodied people in the relationship. You rely on each other. Yeah, that's why you're in a relationship.
Yep. So yeah, anyway. I stand by my original verdict for sure, 100%. Yeah.
So
I like how you did that though. Yeah, I like how you brought comments into it.
Good.
That's good.
Well, with that, keep giving us your feedback, and I'm going to try to make it a regular thing to read the comments from like the previous week's story. So if you hear a story and you're like, I have something funny to say, but then you're like, never mind, I'll just keep it to myself. Don't comment so I can read it out loud and we can all laugh together.
There you go. Yep. Yay. And answer the phone for your significant other.
Yes. All right. So for the Am I the Asshole story from Reddit for this week. Okay. So it says, the title is, Am I the Asshole for telling my father-in-law they won't ever be living with us? And story. Prior to my wife and I trying for our first, we spoke with both sets of parents, and they said that they asked if they would have any interest in helping with watching their grandkids until preschool starts. Both sets were over the moon. They were excited. All four are fully retired, and they all said absolutely. The plan was to trade off weeks so that they could know their schedule ahead of time for booking their own appointments. So wife gets pregnant, and around 10 weeks post-birth, she's getting ready to transition back to work. And her parents said that they've changed their minds and decided to travel more, and they want to enjoy their elder years. Okay. My parents did their absolute best to pick up in-laws slack, but daily childcare was too much with my wife and I working full time. So we ended up with my parents watching on Mondays and Wednesdays, and then we pay for childcare on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then my wife and I work half days on Fridays to handle that.
Okay.
With my parents taking the Friday whenever we needed them to. They're incredible. It was very frustrating to have in-laws say one thing and do the opposite. In 6 years, they've never once watched any of our kids for a single day. So my wife and I bought a house about a week ago, and they're over here checking it out as we're unboxing. And my father-in-law sees this house has a first floor master with a full bath. He turns to mother-in-law and says, "Oh, thank God, we won't have to do stairs." I said, "Come again?" Mill, mother-in-law, says of my wife and her two siblings, we are doing by far the best, and it would make the most sense for them to live with us, as they're in their 70s and a house is becoming too much for them already. I audibly laughed hard and loud and said, "Hell would freeze before you live here," which was met by shock from both of them. I explained that when we needed their help, they turned their backs, so we were simply doing the same. My wife agreed. She expressed how expensive and how difficult it was with zero help from one side of our village. That was their call, but we were now returning the favor. They're incredibly upset and hurt over this revelation. Were we the assholes for this stance? I don't think so at all, but if the votes are a bloodbath, I'll reconsider as we have the space. So what'd you think?
So, again, protecting your peace, protecting your bubble, right? Your lives. I think the grandparents, I'm gonna start from the beginning. The grandparents are not the asshole by doing what they did, because they fucking earned that. Now, we don't know anything about them. Again, this is always a one-sided thing. But I'm not gonna shit on the grandparents because that's their fucking right. They want to go travel. I know they said one thing, but that's fine. You have to adjust. Right? Shit happens sometimes. So they're not the assholes. And I know this isn't the overall question, but I just want to start here. I don't think they're wrong by doing that, because that's your fucking right. Like if I'm that age and like, I know I said this one thing, but then like, on the other hand, I'd rather travel and do all this stuff. I see no problem with that. And then, you adjusting and all that kind of stuff. Fast forward to the interaction. I think you did the interaction completely wrong. It's dog shit. The way that you approached it was extremely aggressive. Especially how he describes it. I say it again verbatim.
Which part?
How he laughed in their face.
He said, "I audibly laughed hard and loud and said, 'Hell would freeze before you live here.'"
That right there. You are being aggressive for no goddamn reason, right? They weren't wrong by making the decision that they made to go travel. I know it made your life a little harder, but you decided to have a fucking kid.
Well,
right. So that's my opinion, right? And I know they said they were going to do one thing, but at the same time, as parents, right? You brought that child in. It's not up to the grandparents to pick up that slack, because what if something happened to them health-wise or something like that? You have to adjust, right? So I think your decision is 100% warranted. Like, you not letting them, because again, you're protecting your space, you're protecting your peace. I wouldn't fucking allow anybody to move into this house, right? Hell no. So I don't think you're wrong, but I think you were overly fucking aggressive. Like, you laughed out loud hard and you said hell would freeze over. Like, you took that personally, Chief, and you need to calm the fuck down. You could have addressed it a little differently and been like, I don't even know how you would do it. How I would have done it is
a simple no.
Yeah, like something like not so aggressive. Like, you can meet. There's middle ground there. There's not just hell would fucking freeze over, ha 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 ha, or whatever, right?
How did that go?
Hit rewind and hear it again. But no, so like that's fucking super aggressive, and like you could have just been like, respectfully, that's not going to happen. So you need to adjust your plans or whatever, right? But like just the loud, audible laugh and hell would freeze over is just super aggressive. And I think you could have handled it a lot differently. And I think you could have, and you can still stick to your guns and you can still stick to that opinion. And it's great. The main thing that I take away from the story is that it's a united front, which I fucking love. The husband and the wife are a united front. They agree. It's just, you didn't have to be so fucking aggressive about it, right? Because these are still, especially if you want these people like to be in the child's life still.
Sounds like they haven't been.
Well, no, verbatim, you said that they haven't watched the child for 6 years.
I mean,
not that they
I
haven't
guess
visited
I don't
the
know.
child.
That's true.
It's not up to the grandparents to watch your fucking kids, right? So like, even though they haven't done it for 6 years, that's fine. My grandparents haven't or the kids' grandparents haven't watched the kids.
No.
And we have a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
Well, soon to be.
But.
Right. So
I disagree.
Okay.
I do agree it was aggressive.
Okay.
I'll give you that.
Okay.
However, as far as it not being their responsibility, yes, to an extent. That's not their kids that, like these aren't their brand new baby. They are in their retirement years. The thing that does it for me, though, is that before they even started trying to have a baby, they were trying to make sure that like they would have their village in place and trying to like plan out, okay, how are we going to do this? How can we make it work? Like they were trying to do it in a way that like it wasn't going to be too financially difficult. Everybody would be on the same page and stuff. And it sounds like everybody was on the same page. They were all like, okay, cool. We can rotate, like, got it. And then after she has the baby, they're just like, nah, we don't want to do that anymore. I think that's kind of fucked up because like they were trying to do it and make sure, like I said, make sure that they had their village in place. And obviously, yes, if it was like a medical situation or like they became like incapacitated or they died or whatever, that's out of your control. They're not choosing to do that. But if you know that like they made this life-altering decision based on an agreement that you guys all made together, at some point before she had that baby or before she was 10 weeks post-birth, you probably decided that you want to go and start traveling. So instead of waiting until she was going to go back to work to tell them that you don't want to be a part of this plan anymore, should have given them a lot more forewarning. Okay. Because now, like they said, they had to try and, his parents were trying to help and take care of the kids and everything. But I mean, and understandably, it's too much for them. Their retirement age, I get that. But they could have, sometimes it's hard getting a place into childcare. A lot of places have wait lists. Yeah, some places that don't have wait lists, you got to pay out the ass for it. Yeah. And that's why there's not a fucking wait list. So I mean, there's...
Can you, what was the timeline again? When did they get the Warno? Or
this was before they started trying for their first baby.
No. So when did they back out? Was it
10 weeks after she had that baby?
And then
she was getting ready to go back to work when this plan was supposed to be implemented. Yep. So that's where I think your reaction is kind of warranted, honestly. I mean, it was aggressive, but no. You're not going to go back on this plan that we made together after I made this life-altering decision where, like, I thought that we had a plan. I thought that we had a good structure. I thought that it was going to go the way that we all agreed that it was going to go. And then you decide to fuck me because you want to go and travel. That's fine. You do have every right to go travel. But they said that they had a schedule so that they would be switching weeks on and off. Why couldn't you plan vacations for your off weeks? Why did you have to just kind of throw them... Yeah. And it sounds like they never came back around to try and like help or anything. So it doesn't
say that. You're assuming that, right?
No, it's that they in the 6 years they've never watched any of their kids. So you never came back around to say like, okay, we're here to help you and da 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 da. But then they buy a house, you walk in, you look at the master. And you decide that this is where you're going to live, that they're going to be your retirement plan when you decided to just fuck them over after they were making you a part of their life plan.
Hell no.
Eat shit. No, and get out of my house also.
I agree. I definitely agree with the reaction, but like you didn't have to, like internally, I have certain reactions, right? But then I try my best to not just like, it was just very aggressive, right?
It was aggressive, I'll give you that.
I do agree with the decision, right? Like,
Yeah.
absolutely fucking not. That's not happening. But it was just super aggressive. And it seems like,
I agree.
honestly, it seems like there's a lot of resentment coming from the new parents, right?
Well, from the dad, yeah. Well, from both of them, because like I said, they were like, okay, let's try and make sure, because that's one thing that so many people are like, well, why did you have kids if this is the situation that you're bringing them into? They were trying to make sure that they had a good situation to bring their kid into.
Yeah.
They were trying to get their plan. Like, they were literally doing everything that people tell them, well, why didn't you do this? And why didn't you do that? They did that. Somebody else in that plan fucked them over.
Yeah.
That's why, like, they're having to spend this money and like rearrange shit.
Yeah.
And like, like I said, I understand if it was something that was out of their hands. It wasn't.
Yeah.
You made this decision to fuck your kids over, kid and her husband. You don't get to turn around and be like, now take care of me.
No, absolutely not. I agree. No, you're not. That's not fucking happening. I'm not taking care of you at all. My only thing was the reaction. The reaction was definitely very aggressive.
Even that, I still don't think you're the asshole.
But yeah, the actual. So what's the actual question? Am I the asshole for what?
Were we the asshole for this stance of not letting them live in the house because they turned their back
absolutely
on them?
Not. You're not the asshole for that. It's just, it was very aggressive how you approached it. And my thing is that I would be, so two things. One is, I wonder from the grandparents' perspective, what kind of resentment would come about if like they didn't do that. If they like say like they had this we don't know these people, we don't have their side of the story, right? So I'm only assuming, say they wanted to go to like Rome, or like Italy or whatever, right? They wanted to go somewhere for a long period of time, travel Europe or whatever, right? And then that was like their dream. Why it didn't come, it's a valid question, why that didn't come up before. I understand that. But say that like they had this newfound dream where they wanted to do this, right? And they want to do it before they die or whatever. And then they're like, okay, we're not going to do this because we agreed to do this, right? I wonder if there would be any resentment, right? I'm trying to put myself into that.
Scenario. Probably. But that's why I'm saying is like, you guys had a schedule already laid out. That like they set like so you can make your plans ahead of time.
I would be curious as to why. I mean, you would need significantly more than a week to travel Europe, but again, we don't know the scenario.
Yeah,
but another question I have is why they waited until like what was the reasoning for waiting until, again, we don't know the answer. But that's another thing that I would be curious about is like what happened at that time. It wasn't just the birth of the baby because it's already been 10 weeks. So like if they had a change of heart when the baby was born, then why didn't you say it at that time and not wait until 10 weeks? That's, so I would definitely say that they're the asshole for that. I know it's not the question. But they're in the wrong for that. Waiting so long. I would be curious to see why.
Yeah.
But no, the overall question though is, are they assholes for having that stance? And absolutely fucking not.
Well, I've got 3 of my favorite comments that were on the thread.
Okay. What you got?
So one commenter said that OP should tell their in-laws.
What is OP? I keep saying that.
Original poster.
Okay, got it.
So that they should tell their in-laws, we assumed you were buying yourself a whole lifestyle and living situation when you said you wanted your freedom and to enjoy your later years. So we moved on with our own lives and plans. If you blew all your savings and don't have a place, that really sucks. But I'm sure you can find a door greeter job or something to help you save up again. Unfortunately, that room is actually reserved for our kids' granny and is not available. It's the way that they spelled it is weird.
Granny. Like the mom's
like their
parents?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like granny. I don't know. I think it's a typo. But either way, I thought it was funny how they were like snarky about it.
Yeah.
And then another commenter, they said they ditched out on their agreement to help with childcare, which is crappy enough. Then to make the assumption that they get to move in with OP and his wife. Now, on top of that, they seriously just assume they would be getting the primary bedroom with ensuite bathroom. The lion, the witch, and the audacity of that bitch. Jesus.
I like that.
That's why I wanted to.
I like that, yeah. I definitely agree with that, though. Like, this is absolutely, and I said that from the beginning, like, this is absolutely not happening. But I would like to, it'd be interesting to know what the listeners thought about how aggressive
I agree.
So that was just, I feel like there's a different way, especially if there is, I know you have one more comment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. But especially with like how it was approached And like, obviously the audacity of these fucking people, right? I completely agree with all of that. I said it from the beginning.
Audacious indeed.
Yes. But just how aggressive you were, especially if now it says that they haven't watched the kid for 6 years.
Any of their kids.
Any of
They have multiple at this point.
So any of the kids for 6 years, right? This is years down the road, huh?
It's 6 years later.
Okay.
So when they first made the agreement
that's right.
before they
6
had a
years.
kid,
Yep.
and then like she had the first baby, this is now 6 years later.
That's a lot.
That they've bought their home and they're moving in.
Okay.
And his in-laws are like, oh, this is a great place to
even
retire.
Even more so. That reaction 6 years later, I can only imagine the resentment you had fucking day one. If this is your reaction 6 years later, you need to fucking move on, right? I completely agree with the decision.
I mean, yeah, I definitely would have been like, it is what it is. We're living our lives the way that we are. But I absolutely would have a similar reaction if like
6 years later.
Yes. Yes. We might move on, but I don't forget, bitch.
Okay, so what if another question I would have too, and again, this is the kind of shitty part. We only have one side of the story, but so they haven't watched the kid in 6 years, but have they been present?
I don't
Is
know.
there, because this is another thing that frequently comes up with these kind of scenarios, is like keeping, if it's a good relationship, which sounds like it's fucking not, with that reaction. But say they come over every Sunday for dinner, right? And for the last 6 years. Right, they're over they're over all the time, all that kind of stuff, and then like it's a good relationship, and then all of a sudden you have that reaction. It seems aggressive.
I still think it's justified.
And I'm all for an aggressive interaction. I'm all for the intensity, right?
Yeah.
But it just seems like it was kind of overkill,
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like if you had that blow up at like if I was the wife and you were the husband, I probably would have been like, calm down. But also, you're right.
Right. But also, but the first part, the first part of what you just said,
Like,
calm down. It's all right.
Yeah, just
it's been
it
fucking
would have been
6
like
years.
one of those like record scratches, like.
It's been 6 years. Now, if this was like last month and we're in the shit,
Yeah.
like if we're like, this is still like an infant stage, like it's fucking this.
I mean,
toddler at
even
this point,
still,
right?
well, 6 years, depending on how many kids you have, you could be
What's
anywhere in
6
there.
Yeah, right.
6
is
a kid, like a child.
Yeah, a child. Okay.
Yeah.
So like you're not even like in the struggle, right? Not to take away from your situation, but like you're not changing diapers for this specific child, right? So like you're not going through the shit anymore, right? They're in school at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. So I could see you having that reaction if like it just happened. Say the child was just born and you just bought the house at the same time, right? And then they backed out. And like now you're in the middle of the shit. Then that's warranted. But it's 6 years ago. Like, that's super aggressive. And your butt, you shake your head. But the first reaction you said, if we were in the same situation,
I mean, yeah, like
you're
I
like,
said,
wait, calm down.
I do agree. I do agree that was very aggressive. I still don't think you were wrong.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think you were wrong.
For the stance, for the question?
Both.
Okay.
Like I said, I think, yes, my initial, just for like who I am as a person, I would have been like, hold up.
Calm down.
This is about to escalate. Hold on. But yeah, no, if we like, then if like you did that and then the parents were like, blah, 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 I'd be like, you hold the fuck on, actually. Because now I'm going to say, he's right. So like,
it's just to avoid all that though. And like I said, the main takeaway for me is a united front.
Yeah, that was a big thing too that kept coming up in the comments. Everybody was like, props to your wife for immediately jumping on your side.
That is awesome.
Like you didn't have to do any convincing. There wasn't any fucking middlemaning.
Yeah,
like
that is a
she
team.
was immediately like, nah,
that
cut
is
it
a
off.
Team.
No.
Yes.
So yeah, that was like a
But it's
big
just-
one that
I
everybody
think-
was like, thank God.
I think for me, what I can't wrap my head around is this, one more time, verbatim. How was his reaction? Just verbatim, just one more time. This is what I can't because I just imagine this. Yep.
I audibly laughed hard and loud and said, hell would freeze before you live here.
That's just aggressive. I like it.
I think so.
I like
don't
it,
know.
but it's I just picture like like a belly, like a deep, like
I
belly
know.
laugh.
That's
like,
why I'm like, yes.
Exaggerated.
As a reader of it, I'm like, no, you're justified. If I was there, I would be like,
That's the only thing I'm saying. Yes,
but still,
I
you are
agree.
not wrong.
Not at all.
I don't think
you're
you're
not
wrong
the
at
asshole.
all.
No.
So,
and please don't. The last. What was the last comment that he said?
Right. So what the last comment said, seriously, 6+ years of childcare, 2 to 3 days a week, some of it for multiple kids. That's hundreds of thousands of dollars in direct monetary savings and invaluable in terms of the relationship built with the kids. The in-laws could have gifted OP tens of thousands to help with their home deposit and still be much less deserving of additional help than OP's parents. It sounds to me like they just assumed one of their kids would support their final decade or so when they made the decision to travel and enjoy their retirement. Maybe if they were a little more frugal, they could afford to downsize into a condo or go into an assisted living facility instead of mooching off their kids. The entitlement is insane. I understand it's a cultural expectation for many, as I come from one of those cultures myself, but to not even discuss it with your children before presumably blowing most of your retirement savings in your 60s is insane. So pretty much everything that we just
agree. Yeah. And for you to assume too, especially like, and it all comes back down to like the relationship. A lot of these come down to like the pre-existing relationship, stuff like that. If the relationship's not even there,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, how the fuck are you going to assume that I'm just going to take care of you? No. If we're not even close, no. What? Now, I'll help get you, like, into a home or, like, whatever.
Like
but you're not going to move in my fucking house.
But especially in a situation like that where, like, they had no problem backing out of helping you in a time when you really needed them. Yeah, I'm not allowing you into my space to let that shit happen again. Like, that would have been the last time I ever asked my parents for anything if they did that. Yeah. Like, I'm not even joking when I say that too. Like,
sounds like it is.
It doesn't have to, I guess maybe to them it might be subtle, but like, you will never get another request for fucking shit from me ever again if you do that. So,
no, not at all.
I
agree.
Know. But do you have anything else that you wanted to add to that?
I don't think I would be interested to hear what's. Well,
I was going to say, again, to our listeners, tell us what you would do in this situation. How would you handle it? And do you think that you could move past the parents refusing to help you when you needed it in order to be there for them?
And let me know what you think about the reaction too.
Yes. Let us know.
Yeah.
I actually really do want to hear what people have to say about that.
We can read it next week.
Yes, give us all of your reactions.
I wonder if everybody would agree with you and be like,
it's
not that great.
Yeah.
It's not that severe. You know?
I don't know.
We'll see.
Let us know. Do you have anything that you want to add in for this episode?
I don't think so. No, I'm good. Well, this is a good one.
I'm ready to go make this crab boil, and I'm going to do it right. Because I don't think I mentioned it after the New Year's, but I fucked up the last one. So now I'm going to try again, and maybe I'll bring everyone for a redo. I might do a video if I don't get too overwhelmed.
There you go. Did we say it in this episode or last episode? It's our anniversary today.
Both.
Obviously, so this is being recorded on Sunday, January 18th, but this won't be released until next Thursday.
Whatever the Thursday
But today,
after
Sunday, is our 13th wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Together for 15 years.
Yeah.
And then to celebrate, we're having a crab boil.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, I'm going to make it right this time.
What is it? It's crab legs, shrimp, sausage, potatoes. I think that's it, right?
Yeah, that's everything I put in it last time. Mm-hmm. It all tasted really good together. We can eat it all with our hands. I got the little crab crackers too.
So let's go eat. I'm down.
Yeah! All right. Well, that's all I've got for this episode of the Rant Files. So as always, if you're enjoying listening to the podcast, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And then aside from YouTube and Spotify, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, School, and TikTok, all under the Ranting Podcast. So go find us, check out our shit, and then talk to us. I want to hear what you have to say.
Hit us up.
Yeah. So keep ranting and come tell us about it. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.